Hi Gemini, thanks for joining me. My name is Gregory Scott. It's really nice to be with you today. And thanks for taking the time to watch this video and to have a look at what's coming up for you in April. And this is via your astrology chart and your tarot card, which I'm going to pull. There's a couple of things happening in April that are really interesting and that are really going to have an effect on you. So I want to get started with that straight away. And the first thing I want to have a look at is that Mars goes into Taurus on the 1st of April, and it stays there all month. Now, Mars is the planet of energy and that masculine drive of achieving and getting what it is you want. Okay, it's in Taurus, which means that what it is you want is much more heavy and earth-based than what you usually want. You're an air sign. You like to communicate. You like to find out information. You like to share ideas. But this month, I really get that there's a real drive to achieve things in a practical sense and to find out practical information. So it's not just, the philosophy of Plato and how can I integrate that into a better worldview or whatever. But it's, what happened on Tuesday? How's that going to affect me in a practical sense, and what can I do with it? So you start the month very, very grounded and very much oriented at real world things. So you get your head out of the clouds a little bit and you hit planet Earth and you become interested in what you can do and what you can find out there. It's a great time of kind of investigative journalism. So Gemini, think of yourself as a private detective a little bit at the beginning of this month. Okay. Now, the 4th of April is the time of the full moon. And usually when there's a full moon, it's a time of really things coming to fruition and blossoming and a lot of light if it's a clear night. Okay, that happens in Libra, so there's a real focus on relationships, and I think you get on very, very well with your romantic partner and also with your children. But then there's kind of an event that really shakes that, which is a total lunar eclipse. Okay, and that's when the Earth's shadow completely blocks out the moon. So keep an eye out for that. And this happens on the North Node, so it's about acquiring new information and focusing on expanding and acquiring new energy. So there's going to be an internal kind of shift within you in terms of wanting to make your relationships with your personal partner and with your children even better than it is. And I think that's going to become your priority. So there's a real moment of, it's always like when you have a full moon and then the eclipse blocks it out. It's like taking being in the sun or like lying on the beach and sunbathing, and then suddenly you're in a completely different place. You're in the middle of the night, and then the sun comes back out. It's very disturbing. It's very disruptive, and it makes you think about what you've got already and what you'd like to do. So it's a real kind of game changer in terms of your personal relationship with those nearest and dearest to you. Are you sending your kids to the right school? Do you spend enough time with your partner? Are you still in love with your partner? Is this what you imagined your life to be? It's those big questions. It's almost like someone comes in and slashes that in the middle and says, look at what you've actually got here. Don't just cruise away and just kind of go with the flow. Actually look at what's going on here and ask some questions. Are things going the way you want them to go? It's big. It's a big, big, big theme, and it's going to cause a big kind of disturbance in terms of how you feel about all of those things. Doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, but it means you're going to question whether things are correct and whether they're actually suiting you and working for you. Now, on the 12th, Venus, the goddess of love, the planet of passion and romance, goes into your sign of Gemini. So love becomes a big, big theme around the 12th. And it doesn't happen that often, so you're going to feel really, feel that springtime feeling of, love is in the air, and you're going to really catch the kind of romance bug, and you're going to become enamored with things. It could be other people, it could be that you've rediscovered things as a result of your questioning during that lunar eclipse, or it could be that you just kind of feel a love for things and places and everything, when you just start to see the world through kind of rose-tinted spectacles. But that's really around the 12th, and that lasts for at least a month, so expect a real time of being enamored by the world and really enjoying the process of life, which is amazing. And I don't think I'm emphasizing that enough, because the world is, it can be whatever you perceive it to be. If you think this place is hell, then you will experience it as hell. If you think it's cute and pink with butterflies and glasses of sangria floating around, then that's what it's going to be. And what I'm telling you is that with Venus going into Gemini, you're really going to see the positive aspects of life, and you're really going to enjoy life from the 12th of April onwards. And that's in all aspects. That's relationships, that's work, that's money, that's the way things look. You're going to be much more forgiving and enjoying the process. So that's really positive. Okay. Mercury goes into Taurus on the 15th. And again, that's going to ground you in terms of the way you communicate, and the private detective energy of the beginning of the month, when you were very focused on real things, now raises its head again, and it becomes a major theme where you're practically communicating with other people, finding things out in a practical sense, and that will continue until the end of the month. The 18th of April sees another new moon, and I'm saying another new moon because the full moon on the 4th pretty much was a new moon, and this one really focuses on your hopes and dreams. You've asked the questions about your relationships, you've discovered what works for you and what doesn't work for you, and now around the 18th you start to take action around that. So you either change the school your kids go to, or you change their routine, or you take them off sugar, or you buy your boyfriend a new suit, or whatever it is, but you take some action around altering the daily routine of your life. And then finally, the end of the month really sees some sort of spiritual influence come into your life. I really see someone who through your practical research and discoveries, you meet someone who's quite spiritually inclined. He comes into your life, he or she helps you to communicate with, to make spirituality a practical theme in your life, and really helps you access that. So I see a teacher appearing in your daily reality at the end of April, 20th onwards. So some sort of a guru or someone with the answers, or it could just be, you know, Susan at the office who says something really profound and the penny drops and you're like, wow, I understand something now. So Susan can be your guru. Doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be some out there new agey thing. It can be anyone who really touches you and really says something that really gives you the answer. Let me draw a card here for you to give you an overall theme for the month. And the card is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. The Six of Pentacles is about balance. And it's in reverse, so you don't just accept the norm, and you don't just follow the status quo this month. You ask your own questions, and you do some real practical information gathering. That's really what I get for you, Gemini. So have a fantastic month. If you'd like some guidance in these questions that you're asking, you know, the relationship, the work, all of those things you're going to be mulling over. If you'd like me to have a look at your personal chart to see what that says, which is going to be even more specific than this chart for Gemini, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com, and remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Have a wonderful April, and I'll speak to you soon. I'm using the Radiant Rider Waite deck for this reading. Let's see what's coming up. Okay.